Coming up on CinemaKC, we take you behind the camera, literally interviewing some of the best cinematographers in town. I'm Michelle Davidson.
And I'm Erin McGrane. Today, we're going to let the directors of photography share their perspective on filmmaking.
And we'll show you shot by shot how films are captured. CinemaKC starts now.
Welcome to CinemaKC. We're excited about today's show. We're going to be talking to cinematographers.
Our first guest is Hanuman Brown-Eagle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us on this side of the camera. Now, you stay very busy. You make short films, feature films, commercials, industrials, music videos. This guy is hot in town.
True. Well, let's take a look at something that Hanuman has shot. This is a beautiful example of visual storytelling. This is Mac Lethal's music video, Jake plus Olive.
Song's about my grandparents. True story. The story is exactly... Turn me up a little bit. Story is completely true. Yeah,
I know in life I won't be satisfied unless I live my life with you. Don't wanna live one single day apart. I hope I die before you do. I know in life I won't be satisfied unless I live my life with you. Don't wanna live one single day apart. I hope I die before you do.
His name was Jake O'Brien. He was 17. Her name was Olive Finn. She was everything to him. She never even knew him till he walked up to her with a bouquet of petunias and a heart so pure. And she was so pretty. He thought she was the prettiest girl in Kilkenny. He saved every penny that he had working on the train track so he could buy a ring for her when he came back. And he dropped to his knee, said, "You could marry any man in Ireland, madam, but it's got to be me." But when she said no, he felt he had to go, so he traveled to America on a ferry boat. But then there was the void, cause she just couldn't live without him. She was sick without him, so she filled out immigration papers and showed up on his doorstep 30 days later and said,
I know
yes.
in life I won't be satisfied unless I live my life with you. Don't wanna live one single day apart. I hope I die before you do. I know in life I won't be satisfied unless I live my life with you. Don't wanna live one single day apart. I hope I die before you do.
They had 4 kids, over 14 years, and protected each one from the poor thing's fears, and protected each other from the city. It was so cruel. In the backyard, watch the summer weather grow cool. And it was so pretty when fall came and transformed the whole entire city. And there was so much love within them that Olive said to Jake, "I'ma stay with you forever on one condition. We're passionate lovers. Every night we sleep with our backs to each other. We're half of each other. And I don't wanna sleep one night of my life knowing you aren't next to me hogging half of the covers. Promise me you'll let me die first, cause I just couldn't live without you. I'd be sick without you. I'd be a devastated lunatic without you. You wanna make my life perfect? This is how to."
I know in life I won't be satisfied unless I live my life with you. Don't wanna live one single day apart. I hope I die before you do. I know in life I won't be satisfied unless I live my life with you. Don't wanna live one single day apart. I hope I die before you do.
They got old, 80 plus years, and this was true love, not a day was unclear, cause this was true friendship. So even when the kids went to college, they kept the romance polished. Jake plus Olive, knifed in the backyard oak tree, lemonade, salad, butterscotch, roast beef. You know that old saying, pick your poison? Well, Olive was a smoker, and Jake, he was smoke-free. So when it came down to it, lung cancer, chest tube, draining all the fluid, Olive on her deathbed, look him in the eyes, but she didn't even say a thing, cause he already knew it. She closed her eyes and then she went through it. Her last few breaths were like Irish folk music. He told the people at the funeral that they were happy that you knew us, and covered Olive's casket in petunias. And then he went home. He didn't feel quite right sleeping there alone. He was half of a whole, cracked in the soul. He sat there alive, but his passion was dull. He missed Olive, and he was so sick without her, couldn't live without her. So he gave his final will to his neighbors, fell ill and died exactly 30 days later. The immigrants.
Those beautiful visuals. And
Stunning.
What a great story.
Thank you very much.
Hanuman, do you approach music videos and filmmaking differently?
Well, yeah, I guess for me, with a music video, I find that I have a lot more freedom to just show anything I want, you know, maybe get more creative with where the light sources are, whereas with a film, you kind of want to maintain the reality of the scene. So I do find that when I'm shooting a music video, I give myself a lot more freedom than I would if I was, you know, shooting a feature film.
When did you pick up your first camera, and when did you decide to do it professionally?
Well, I guess I picked up my first camera when I was about 6 years old, and then shortly after that, I actually starred in a short film when I was about 7. That was my first full day on set, and I fell in love with it.
What was
You were hooked.
Let's see, it was called Loose Change, and it was a short film being done by a KU student at the time. And that kind of started it for me, and I have worked behind the camera as a student since then for many years, and then as a professional, it's been about 10 years that I've been doing this.
That's great.
So you also have had some success with the feature film Nail Biter.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's we're actually just now finishing up color correction. It's got to be delivered to the distributor at the end of the month, and it's making the festival run right now and doing very well.
Lots of awards.
Yes. Congratulations.
Too many awards. You need to have a big trophy case in your house. So congratulations, Hanu.
Thank you.
We'll have more with Hanuman after the break.
Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Before you type fade in, you can join the Kansas City Screenwriters Group. They meet every Wednesday night at Harpo's in Westport. You're watching CinemaKC.
Welcome back to CinemaKC. We're in Outpost Worldwide Studio in Lenexa with Director of Photography Hanuman Brown-Eagle. And will you please walk us through what it's like to shoot a film, starting with the master shot or establishing shot, which we're on right now. How important is that?
It's very important. I mean, the wide shot is the first shot of a scene that you always want to shoot. Basically, the reason for that is you want to establish the action. And once the action's been established, you can be certain that, you know, whatever other shots you have, close-ups, mediums, will all match that wide.
Let's move into that medium shot, a 2-shot, which usually it could have 2 people sitting at a table or whatever it may be, but it gets a little bit more intimate.
Yeah, medium shots tend to be waist up, approximately, depending on the shot, and very often it is a 2-shot.
And then you go in for the close-ups.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
that makes it even more intimate, where you can really convey a lot of emotion through your actors.
Absolutely, yeah. And close-ups range, you know, from you know, something like this all the way down to something very, very tight. So it just kind of depends on what mood or emotion you're trying to go for.
Which is great for a horror film like Nail Biter, when you're getting really close and you see that eye twitch out of nervousness or fear.
You kind of want to save that for those special moments where you really need it, so that you don't overuse any given thing. Yeah.
Now you also want to create movement with those shots. So we have a jib shot, which we're actually shooting on right now, and that certainly, if you can kind of show us, demonstrate.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The jib allows you to move the camera up and down, and you know, it gives you the flexibility to do those kind of big sweeping shots that you're accustomed to seeing in movies.
And you also have a dolly, which you often use within a smaller confining space.
Yeah, the dolly gets used all the time, and it's equally as important. It allows, you know, anytime you see that side-to-side movement.
So it just
you know,
slides.
Yeah, exactly. You just push it like a cart, and then a lot of times you'll put it onto a set of tracks, and that'll smooth it out further.
And this technical side is only half of the battle.
Well,
There's
yeah,
much more.
Absolutely. There's camera movement, there's framing, but then there's also lighting, which is where I do most of my work.
And that's where you find the story.
For me, yes, definitely. The director chooses the shots in most cases, and the DP does the lighting.
All right, well, thank you, Hanuman, for joining us, and congratulations on all your success.
Thank you very much.
And we have more CinemaKC after the break.
The Crossroads Art District is home to many of Kansas City's production companies, like Outpost, T2, and Wheeler Audio, just to name a few. This is a hotbed of creativity to create films, commercials, and TV. You're watching CinemaKC. Welcome back to CinemaKC. We're here with directors of photography Kendal Sinn and Paul Campbell. Hey, thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure.
Well, you guys worked together on a short film that has gone viral and has had millions of hits called Change for a Dollar. You are the director of photography and you are the star, even though you usually are on the other side of the camera, which is very impressive. You can do it all. Let's take a look at the film, which was directed by Sharon Wright. Here's Change for a Dollar. We'll have the second half of Change for a Dollar after the break.
Welcome back to CinemaKC. Here's the second half of Change for a Dollar.
I want to go home.
This is such an inspiring and touching film. You hope your film will resonate with an audience. What has the reaction been like?
The reaction has been more than I could have possibly ever expected. When I took this job, Sharon knew that all I really wanted to do was I wanted to shoot a movie that my kids could watch. So she sent it to me and she was like, would you help me make this? And I was like, and I loved the script and I was just like, yeah, I would love it. And it was a 4-page script that turned into, a movie we had to cut into 2 parts. So it's just, we really expanded it, and the reaction just on the internet has been, it went viral in like 12 hours.
Wow.
And just insane. I have people contacting me from the 3rd grade saying, hey, I saw your name in that movie.
That's sweet.
It's really weird. Yeah,
That's
it was really
amazing.
strange, but really cool.
Now, the director of the film, Sharon, is Sharon Wright, who now is in Hollywood. This was her first film that she directed in Kansas City. Is it unusual to have that kind of success on your first effort?
I tell you, it's unusual to have that kind of success on your 30th effort, which is what I'm on. And but no, it was really bizarre. It's lightning strikes at the strangest moments, and I think I was the very first person. You know, I was the very first person that saw the script, and I was the very first person to say not just yes, but yes. You know, I was
Yeah. We got
family
something.
show. Yes, but I was ecstatic about it. I was like, this is a beautiful story, and I almost didn't want to shoot it because I didn't think I was going to be good enough. I was like, I know better DPs. Maybe we should have them shoot it. But she had confidence in me, and we just went with it.
She's like, now, Paul, you're a very talented and well-rounded filmmaker. Did you catch the acting bug with this?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, it was great. That day I had to wake up and not do anything and just show up on set and not say a word all day, and I was pampered. It was great. It was a fantastic day.
It was a touching performance.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you both for being on the show. You're both incredibly talented. We appreciate your time. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on CinemaKC.